Welcome, everyone. Hope all is well. We got a few triggers today. We're getting a nice three-wave correction on Aussie New Zealand. We talked about that going up, and we're in the third wave of that. We got a trigger on Pound Swiss. We got a trigger on that. And I'm going to go over some other things with you. I'm going to go over an extremely high confluence area on dollar CAD. And we'll cover some other stuff. So let's get started. Risk disclaimer, read it over. And let's go. So I'm going to take a look here. I'm going to attach a anchored VWAP to swing highs and swing lows on Canadian dollar futures. And if you've never heard of a VWAP, it stands for volume weighted average price. It's right, and you can anchor it to a high, a low, a quarter, and it factors in price and volume. All right, and it's used to a VWAP is a very popular indicator amongst day traders. An anchor VWAP is more so for swing traders, and day traders can use it if they want to attach it to swing high or swing low. And it acts as support and resistance time and time again. And if it's trending up or if price is trading above it, stuff like that. So if we take a look here at Canadian dollar futures, this is the opposite of USD CAD. This goes down, USD CAD goes up. And the move we're looking for is a move down in Canadian dollar futures. We're looking for this impulse down. When we put our quarterly pivots on, you can see that the top of this correction lines up with your midpoint, next quarter's midpoint. And you could be catching the high of the quarter in Canadian dollar futures. And if we put a VWAP on this thing and we attach it to our most recent swing high, you can see that this VWAP acted as resistance 4 other times, right? So now you got your VWAP lining up with pattern completion and your quarterly midpoint. We put a VWAP to the low. If we attach a VWAP to the low, they're converging, you're trading below it, you're correcting below it. VWAPs are both trending down and they're converging at pattern completion. This is going to be heavy, heavy, heavy resistance. And if we put our EMAs and monthly pivots on, you got your monthly R1 there, and it's our daily 200. So that daily 200 on USD CAD, we keep bringing up, saying we could come down there. There is a very good chance if we come down to the daily 200 on USD CAD that it will be the low of the quarter. So, right, you've got your monthly R1 there, and you got your monthly R1, got your quarterly midpoint, got your VWAP, you got your daily 200 EMA. You've got a flat correction, pattern completion right there. All right, and we have trend on our side. We have trend, EMA trend, VWAP trend, and there is a very good chance if we come down to the daily 200 on USD CAD, you are catching the low of the quarter, and it is going to take it is going to be extremely hard to bust through this level on the daily chart on Canadian dollar futures. And this would be your daily 200 on USD CAD. All right, so I just want to bring that up. I mean, if price makes it down to our daily 200, we have one hell of a trade on our hands. So, with that being said, let's check out some charts now. All right, so we will check out some charts. And euro dollar, right? We talked about euro dollar coming back down to break these lows. So you're kind of still doing that. If anything, you're making some kind of a run of flat here. So you would just get something like this, running flat, And when we step out to the daily chart, you would just be looking for, we're looking for continuation next quarter. So, um, we're looking to trend down next quarter. And we're looking to tag this level at 104.30. So euro dollar continue to sell. Dollar CAD, right? We're on Hankanashi daily chart coming into our daily 89. And again, here's the, if we make it down here to the daily 200, that's that level I was talking about on Canadian dollar futures. So, and you should be catching the low of the quarter if we make it down there. That's if we get down there. Because if we go to the 4-hour chart, good daily. All right. You're still kind of right there. So it's holding on to this other ascending channel we talked about, which is why we wanted buys in dollar CAD. And you're right. You were looking for buys because that was the completion of this move right here, and this move down was on that new spike. So, if we check out Canadian dollar news, right, they have CPI month over month came out hotter than expected. Median CPI year over year hotter than expected, and trim CPI year over year hotter than expected. And a lot of people are just watching inflation, right? So there, a lot of people tell you that this is good for the Canadian dollar because now they're going to have to raise rates. The problem is they just cut rates and they're planning on cutting again. So their economy is contracting while inflation's going up. This is not good for the Canadian market. All right, it's not good for the Canadian dollar. Uh, their unemployment's at 6.2%. Their GDP's flat, and now inflation's starting to tick back up. It's not like they can rate they right. They can't. They're planning on cutting another 2 times this year. So, and inflation's ticking up. So it's not, that's not a good print there for a Canadian dollar. So we are looking for a big move up, and if we do manage to make it down here to the daily 200, then you are catching the low of the quarter. Now, if you wanted to just start scaling in light now, you could get a small piece now, get a bigger piece down here, and then get a bigger piece at your 200 and cost average in. You could basically cost average in down to here. And you're looking for a big move up. We're looking for a move well past this quarterly R2. All right, so that is Canadian dollar, dollar Swiss. You wanted buys all the way. We've been saying this for the last couple of days. We had buy setups yesterday. And if you took them, you're golden, right? So dollar Swiss, you want buys all the way. You should be in that trade. Aussie, we said lay off. New Zealand, we said lay off. You're just correcting. So dollar yen, you're still sitting up here at your 100 and 123.6 of this. Still just sitting there. So no sell setup yet. Aussie CAD. You absolutely want buys in Aussie CAD. Again, you could be catching the low of the quarter if we come down here. So I already have a piece here at the 34. I'll be looking to add down at our 89 and 200. Quarterly midpoint, I'll be looking to add a piece if we get down here. You want buys on Aussie CAD, Aussie Swiss. You want buys all the way. 4-hour chart. All right, clear this off. And you want buy setups, right? looks like you're making some kind of a running flat right here. So this thing should take off. You're looking for upside. You're looking for this 200 to get taken out, and then we pull back on top of structure. So, and we go. So you're looking for buys in Aussie Swiss all the way. Especially, we love this pair for the month of July. And Aussie New Zealand, right? We talked about this. We talked about this 3-wave correction on the 4-hour chart. We had a 3-wave correction over here. We had one here. And we had one here. And we were projecting one right here. You have one now. And what's in common, these were all 2-day corrections. Now you're correcting for 2 days, and you could pretty much buy here, right? You're buying here, or you can wait for a 4-hour close above the 8. But Aussie New Zealand's a buy setup all the way. And that's ready, right? Aussie New Zealand is ready. Swiss yen, 5-minute chart. I posted a 5-minute trade on this earlier in the day. Jumping all around here. Alright, it was over here. And if you put that to break even, you got stopped out. You're getting another setup now, right? Your 5-minute chart is trending right here. You have a double top off the 200. And then we get our 834 cross. Back down, sell, right? Come tag your 200. So this thing's starting to trend down. And you want to continue to take these sell setups in the lower time frame. You don't have to be aggressive and take them on the 5-minute, but you're getting a nice 15-minute setup here too, right? You're starting to stack on the 15-minute chart. You could base, and you don't have to risk a whole 1% on these trades because you're entering on the 15-minute chart. So you can risk 0.1%, right? 0.2%, because you're entering on the 15-minute chart, trying to catch a daily impulse down, right? A big daily impulse down. Monthly impulse down, weekly impulse down, right? We're expecting a monthly correction, so we're looking for a monthly correction down to R34. And so if you're taking trades on the 15-minute chart, you don't have to risk a whole 1%. You're just trying to enter this thing with a little piece and trying to catch a higher time frame move. So that's my thinking. And anytime we're getting a trend set up to the downside in the lower time frames, go ahead and take them and just put them to break even. One of them's going to go and it's going to take off. All right, Euros. Do we have anything? We would like Euros to come back up here to our 4-hour 200, and that would give us like a daily overbought 34B. So let this thing come up correct a little more. EuroCAD, nothing. These ZAR pairs are flying. Remember, we entered this ZAR. We entered Euro ZAR down here, and we're looking for that impulse up. So these ZAR pairs are moving nice. If you're not in these ZAR pairs, you're looking to buy lower time frame pullbacks. We're looking for impulses up. So these ZAR pairs are moving good. NZD CAD, we're still looking for buy setups. And I think you're going to have a bullish month of July in this pair. We're looking to come after this quarterly R2 up here. So we are looking for buy setups. We could be patient right now. We're just waiting for a daily close above the 8 for right now. So on NZD CAD, and pound Swiss. Here's our pound Swiss buy. You can wait for a pullback. You're basically looking for a double top at the 200 to fail, right? So we're looking for some kind of correction here at the 200. If we get anything that looks like this and then starts to fail, then we'll be in that trade on the 4-hour chart. You won't buy setups in pound Swiss. But we're already planning on taking them in. We're already in them in dollar Swiss. We're already in them in Aussie Swiss. So if you didn't want to take this, it's understandable. So do like these Swiss pairs to the upside. Dollar Swiss, Aussie Swiss, NZD Swiss, CAD Yen. You're just hanging around here, right? We drop down to the 1-hour chart. This thing is starting to get some divergence. You're starting to get divergence up here, and I probably will be posting a trade setup on here. I'm half tempted to enter this thing now because we're running out of steam here on the 1-hour chart in between the 100 and the 123.6 of this ABC. So you're running out of steam on the 1 hour, and you're up at your quarterly R2, and this thing's been above the 4-hour 8 for a while. If anything, you could have a pullback down to 116, down to your 4-hour 34. So that would be our 1-hour 200. So I do like this entry, so I think I'm in this thing. All right, I'll be entering this thing on market open. I like you're losing your momentum. We've been above this 8 now for a while. If anything, if it wants to go higher, it'll probably give you a 34B and continue higher. But I'll be able to get a break-even trade out of this on the 1-hour chart. All right, so, or we're going to drop. We're going to correct down here at the 1-hour 200, and we're going to drop. So I will be in this trade, and I'm looking for downside. I like that trade. What else do we have? Excuse me. That's about it. So that's all I got for today. Do me a favor, if you like what I'm doing, hit thumbs up, subscribe. Have a good one.